The rumble of Harley engines shattered the quiet of Mesa Ridge as the Iron Fangs biker gang roared into town. Loud, reckless, and looking for trouble. At the edge of town sat a small repair shop owned by Jack Doc Rollins, a quiet man with a limp, gray-streaked beard, and sharp eyes. Most people knew little about him, just that he lived alone with his German Shepherd Ghost. What they didn't know? Jack was a former Army canine handler with more combat experience than most could imagine. The Iron Fangs had been terrorizing businesses, demanding protection money. When they targeted Jack, he calmly refused. "You sure you want to say no to us, old man?" sneered Ripper, the gang's leader. Jack smiled coldly. "Pretty sure." As Ripper stepped forward, Ghost growled, a deep, warning rumble. "That's supposed to scare us?" one biker laughed. Jack's smile widened. "He's trained. And he's not alone." Before they could react, Ghost lunged, precise and efficient. He tackled the closest thug, dragging him to the ground. In the chaos, Jack's limp vanished. He grabbed a wrench, dodged punches, and fought with brutal skill. One biker dropped, then another. Suddenly, smoke grenades rolled out from behind the shop. Two more military dogs, Ranger and Bella, emerged from the haze. The gang panicked. Teeth, fists, and smoke overwhelmed them. When it was over, half the gang lay groaning on the ground. The rest fled, chased by snarling dogs and a man who clearly knew what he was doing. Sheriff Dalton arrived just in time to see Ripper crawling from under a pile of tires. "What the hell happened here?" he asked. Jack shrugged. They didn't know what they were up against. From that day on, no one messed with Jack Rollins. The Iron Fangs never came back. Days later, Jack's piece shattered again, this time by a Molotov cocktail hurled through his garage window. Flames burst out. Jack grabbed the extinguisher and put it out fast. Watching the security footage, his jaw tightened. Two Iron Fangs had come back, or maybe someone worse was behind them. That night, Jack drove into the desert with Ghost by his side. At an old airstrip, a figure appeared, lean, scarred, and battle-hardened. Samira Hawk Delaney, former Delta operator and Jack's wartime ally. "You called," she said, tossing him a pack of MREs. "I didn't want to get back in," Jack replied, "but they brought it to me." "So we warned them," Hawk said. "Then we end it." Back in town, the Iron Fangs regrouped under their real leader, Vice, a former mercenary turned crime boss. "He's ex-military, so what?" Vice sneered. "We're bringing 20 men, rifles, grenades, body armor. Burn him out." By dawn, Jack's garage had become a fortress. Hawk slept light, gun close. Jack had been up since 4 a.m., turning junk into traps. Spike strips, pressure bombs, caltrops. No more running. This was war. Hawk's drone revealed the enemy staging 5 miles out. Trucks, bikes, 20 armed men, even a minigun on a flatbed. Jack cracked his knuckles. Time to make them regret waking up. Meanwhile, word spread through town. Sheriff Dalton met Mayor Reynolds. "We evacuate or stand with Rollins," he said. "He saved us once," Reynolds answered. "If we run now, we'll always run." Dalton called in deputies, reservists, ranchers, anyone willing to fight. At dusk, the Iron Fangs returned, engines growling. Vice stood atop the truck. "Looks quiet," he said. "Too quiet," one biker muttered. Then, boom! A front bike flipped into a ditch lined with rebar and oil. Lights snapped on. Jack stepped out, holding an M4 flanked by Hawk, Sheriff Dalton, and armed townsfolk. "You had your chance," Jack called out. Vice laughed. "This your army, old man?" "No," Jack replied. He clicked a remote. Spotlights flared. Sirens wailed. The dogs charged. Smoke canisters rolled. Ghost and Ranger flanked the enemy. Bella guarded Jack. Hawk's drone buzzed overhead, marking targets. Jack and Hawk moved with deadly precision, disabling vehicles and hitting weak points. The townsfolk fired from rooftops. One rancher took out the minigun with a scoped shot, triggering an explosion that lit the sky. Vice, bleeding and desperate, tried to run, only to be tackled by Ghost. Jack walked up slowly, rifle lowered. "You wanted a war," he said. "You just lost one." Aftermath, by morning, it was over. Emergency crews arrived. The Iron Fangs were finished. What remained was headed to federal custody. Jack stood outside, shirt torn, bandaged arm, sipping coffee. Hawk joined him. "Opening the garage again?" she asked. "Eventually," Jack said, petting Ghost. "But first, I need a bigger fence." The town was safe, for now. But the legend of Jack Rollins, his dogs, and the garage at Mesa Ridge was just beginning.